When most people think of ADHD, they picture a hyperactive kid bouncing off the walls in a classroom. But here's the truth: ADHD doesn't disappear when you turn 18. In fact, for many, it goes undiagnosed until adulthood. As a child, you might have been told you were daydreaming, disorganized, or lazy. As an adult, you may have turned those labels inward, blaming yourself for struggling with things that seem easy for others: paying bills on time, staying focused at work, or keeping your home organized. ADHD in adults often looks very different from the childhood stereotype, and spotting it can be life-changing. Let's break down 7 signs you might have ADHD as an adult, signs that go far beyond just being forgetful. 1. Time blindness. The past, present, and future blur together. Deadlines sneak up on you. You lose track of time while doing small tasks. You might arrive late because you swear something only took 10 minutes, but in reality, it was an hour. This isn't about being careless, it's called time blindness, a common ADHD trait. Your brain struggles to accurately estimate how long things take or how much time you have left. As a result, planning ahead becomes a real challenge. 2. Hyperfocus. You can't stop once you start. While ADHD is often linked with distractibility, many adults with ADHD experience hyperfocus, an intense, almost tunnel vision concentration on something that interests them. You might start researching a topic, gaming, or working on a creative project and suddenly look up to find it's a M. Hyperfocus can be a superpower, allowing you to produce incredible work, but it can also make it hard to switch tasks or meet other obligations. 3. Chronic disorganization. Even when you try your best, no matter how many planners, apps, or storage bins you buy, clutter seems to creep back in. Your desk piles up with papers, your laundry basket overflows, and important documents go missing. For people with ADHD, this isn't a lack of care, it's a challenge with executive function, the brain's ability to organize, prioritize, and follow through. The result is often living in a constant state of organized chaos. 4. Emotional roller coasters. Small things feel huge. Rejection, criticism, or even minor inconveniences can hit hard, sometimes sending you into a spiral. This is called rejection-sensitive dysphoria (ADHD), and while not an official diagnosis, it's a well-known experience among many with ADHD. Your emotional reactions might seem too much to others, but they're very real and deeply felt. On the flip side, ADHD brains also feel joy and excitement in an intense, infectious way. 5. Constant mental noise. Your brain is always on. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, your mind is buzzing. You may jump from one thought to another, find it hard to finish sentences, or forget what you were about to say mid-conversation. This restless mental activity can make it hard to focus on one thing at a time, especially if that thing doesn't interest you. But it also fuels creativity, quick problem solving, and adaptability in fast-paced environments. 6. Difficulty starting tasks, even ones you want to do. You want to start that project, clean the kitchen, or finally answer that email, but it feels like there's an invisible wall between you and the first step. This isn't laziness. ADHD brains often require a certain level of urgency, novelty, or interest to kick into gear. Without that spark, initiating tasks can feel nearly impossible, no matter how important they are. 7. You've built coping mechanisms without realizing it. Maybe you keep multiple alarms on your phone, rely on sticky notes everywhere, or work best in bursts right before a deadline. These strategies help you function in a world not designed for your brain, but they also hide the struggles underneath. Many adults with ADHD have learned to patch their challenges without knowing the root cause. Realizing you have ADHD can help you replace patchwork solutions with strategies tailored to how your brain actually works. Why this matters. Recognizing ADHD in adulthood isn't about making excuses, it's about understanding the unique way your brain functions. When you know the why behind your struggles, you can start building systems, environments, and habits that support you instead of working against you. ADHD can come with challenges, but it also brings strengths, creativity, out-of-the-box thinking, enthusiasm, resilience, and the ability to thrive in dynamic situations. Getting clarity can open the door to support, whether through therapy, coaching, medication, or lifestyle adjustments. So, how many of these signs felt familiar to you? Did one in particular make you say, "That's me"? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your story could be exactly what someone else needs to recognize their own ADHD and take the first step towards self-understanding. And remember, ADHD isn't about being broken. It's about having a brain that works differently, sometimes chaotically, often brilliantly. Once you learn to work with your brain instead of against it, you might discover that your so-called weaknesses are actually your greatest strengths.